Well, as you can see, I've gotten this much more torn down than it was the last time. I'm whittling away at the interior. I'm trying to remove the column because I can't get the steering shaft to disconnect from the rack and pinion, and I decided since I was pulling the entire dash out to have it recovered, I might as well pull the steering column out. The problem with that is that the steering column is actually attached to all of the foot controls, so all the pedal assemblies come out with the steering column, so I got to figure out everything that I got to disconnect from that. I've got it all loose. I'm just making sure I'm not pulling any lines in funny ways. Once I have the column out, I should be able to lift the body up and off the car without any further issues. But we will find that out here shortly, hopefully. It's like 98 degrees in the shop today. So, a bit toasty. There's a screw in there. Where's the other screw at? Note to self, don't have the blower blowing at you when you're taking something like this apart. Oh, it's in my eyes. If I survive this, I will never get COVID. Please don't break. Please don't break. Oh, there you are. I knew there was something tightened somewhere holding this in. 2 screws outboard. Pull your weather strip down. There we go. Hey, now we're talking. Do the other side. Oh, this dust in here is horrible. So the sun visor panel comes out. It actually has 4 screws. All of these just broke off because they're rusted. And it pulls down after you get the interior that's glued to the body peeled away. Then you can remove these side upper pieces with the 2 screws here and here. They pull down, and now the A-pillar moldings can come out so that I can get this dash piece out. These, the covering's all pulled away on the other one, and it looks to just have push-in connectors, so it should push straight out at the top, and it should allow me to get this guy off of here. If I'm lucky, that'll be what happens. Oh god, that was scary. I was correct, they are just push-in poppers. So down here looks to be a bugger. Yep. 3 metal clips. Hold the A-pillar on so we can get that recovered. This car is a bugger to take apart. But at least now I've got my access to my bolt for my dash pad on this side. Alright, let's see if I can get this other A-pillar off. Pull my column, and then it's time to actually pull the body off this car. Because now that I have everything disconnected under the column, my body should pop right off. As you can see, the interior of this thing's pretty nasty, so taking it a lot farther apart than I thought I was gonna be, but it has to be done. Oh. Winning! Alright. Yeah, that's all part of the body, so I'm not going to be able to take that out. We'll see about recovering it in the car. So I have a Phillips screwdriver here. Looks like I got a 10 down in the bottom corner there, probably another 10 in the bottom corner there. 10 over there, and then this piece will be out. Let's see if we can knock that out real quick. Oh, you're gonna be nutted on the backside too, aren't you? Oh, yes you are. You guys and your nylock nuts. Need a wrench to hold those, I guess. Come on, little lady. We're almost there. We're almost there. Oh, good lordy. There's the pedals. So I think it's time for the final lift. As I bring this up, I actually have to roll the chassis forward a little bit because the upper control arms fit into a pocket in the body. Now that I have the steering wheel and steering column disconnected, I think it should come out. When I was first starting to lift this off, I expected the steering shaft to just disconnect, but it was bound pretty good. I actually had to separate the splined clamp. And once I did that, the steering column popped right out. So now as I raise it up, my steering column won't be holding and trying to lift the front of the car up. I think that's my last bit to get the body off. Then I have to separate this bumper and the lower fascia off, which is not going to be fun at all. But, you know, if we're going this far with it, I might as well go the whole way. So I've got all the interior out except for the passenger side airbag, air compressor. I'll get the passenger side airbag out so we can send it out for the interior rework. I don't know if he's doing recarpet. I would expect that he is, since I have it down far enough to just redo it all. We have some AC lines that we need to discuss and some heater hoses that we need to discuss. But all in all, I think we're pretty close to moving forward finally on this project. So without any further ado, let's see what a Lotus looks without his body. It's still lifting up the front end over here. What am I hung up on? I'll have to have somebody push and pry on this so I can see where it's flexing at, so I can determine where this last fastener is. I I feel like there's one more fastener right underneath the heater core. I can't see it from the bottom, I can't see it from the top, so I may have to pull the whole center HVAC box out to find it. That's what I'm figuring. The chassis is loose over here, the chassis is loose over there, but right in the center there seems to be something holding it up yet. So we'll have to find it. Found the 2 bolts I've been missing. So after realizing I left 2 bolts in, I think it's now finally time to pull this body off of this chassis. So there are hidden bolts underneath the carpet that's glued down. There's the seat belt bolts, then there's 2 bolts on either side, and then there's 2 more bolts on either side. And then there's 4 on the driver's side that come up through the steering column, and then there's 1 on the passenger side that comes up for a support brace on the dashboard. So I'm going to go over and zip this other bolt out on the driver's side tunnel. This body should finally be off this car. But it's attached to those 4.
Oh yeah.
The steering column is affixed to these 4 guys here because the pedals are integrated into that bracket. So that was by far the worst part. But then I got these 2 bolts and I got the seatbelt bolts, but I missed these 2 bolts because they were buried under the carpet. And once I pulled the carpet that's glued to the floor up,
then you were.
because I was rubbing it, and I'm like, I couldn't, I was expecting to feel a lump, right? Yeah. And I couldn't feel anything. I'm like, where the heck is this at? And I kept moving it up and down. I could see the chassis was flexing in the middle, and I'm like, man, it's got to have 2 more bolts under that carpet. I pulled the carpet up. There it is.
Man, that's all it is. What a moment of success.
Dirt dauber.
It looks so simple.
It's a very simple chassis.
Like, how much better do you need to be able to work on a car? Right? Well, I'll just sit here on the tire and rebuild the motor. Oh, that's awesome.
We're getting today, buddy.
Oh! Hold on.
This is awesome. This is awesome. Dude, this is so awesome.
So there you have it. body's off the chassis. I missed these 2 bolts right here. They were buried under the carpet. I couldn't feel them through the carpet. I finally decided I'm missing something under the carpet. It's got to be center mass where my problem is. So I peeled the carpet off the inside of the vehicle. Lo and behold, I had a bolt here and a bolt here. I removed those and everything's free. So if you're ever wondering, there's 2 bolts here that go in through the front trunk. There's 2 bolts here that go through the floor pans from the body out into the outside. You got 2 bolts here, 2 bolts here, 2 bolts in the back that go down through the chassis out of the engine bay, or the trunk behind the engine bay. Then you have 2 bolts here that go in from underneath the carpet. You have 2 bolts here that go in from underneath the carpet, the ones I forgot. And then you have your seat belt bolts. So there's actually 6 across the center chassis. Now, by far the worst bolts to get out were these 4 bolts right here. They hold the bottom of the steering column, which also doubles as the structure that holds all the pedals. So your gas pedal, your clutch, and your brake pedal mount off of a bracket that's bolted down to this. There's also one extra bolt over here that holds a support strut for the dash, so you got to get that one out as well. So there you go. Now it's time to clean this thing up. I got to finish pulling the nose off the bottom of the front, because we have some repairs to do to that. And then this thing's going over to the body shop to get sanded down and a new fresh coat of black paint thrown down on it. So there we have it. Lotus Esprit S4, body off. Took me way longer than it should have, but it is what it is. So we'll keep plugging away on this thing, see if we can't make this thing great again. Thanks for watching the show. Click like, subscribe, leave us a comment. As always, we're happy to hear from you guys. We appreciate you. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next one.